English with Deck.
How often do you feel that you really need to hunker down and, well, protect yourself or family or maybe your belongings? Now, I'm not talking about protecting from an intruder or some guy who's on a rampage or anything like that. No. What I'm talking about here is the weather. Hey guys, it's Deck here from Deck English with another episode of English with Deck. Okay, so today I just want to quickly talk about something that happened the other day. Now, we had a pretty epic typhoon that absolutely ripped its way through Japan. Now, I've been here a little while now. I would consider myself reasonably seasoned in typhoons and, well, how to prepare, how to deal with, and the aftermath, And I will also add to this, I don't live, and I haven't lived in any areas which are prone to being really badly hit by these natural disasters. So I am very lucky there. Absolutely. 100% very, very lucky. Anyway, the one that happened the other day was called Typhoon Jangmi, otherwise known as Typhoon number 6. And it was pretty epic, to say the least. It brought destructive winds, heavy rain, and honestly, there was so much travel disruption all over the country when it appeared in that part of the country. And a quick rundown of this particular typhoon. Well, it churned near Okinawa and Kagoshima around June the 1st or 2nd, maybe? Yeah. And then, rainy season does produce a few typhoons, but this one was a bit of an early one. So the news said. I am no expert, so I'm just paraphrasing off what the news have said to, the general population. So yes, basically it made landfall on the main island of Honshu, and I think it hit Wakayama first. And honestly, it just worked its way up, as happens usually with these things. But this particular typhoon, wow, it unleashed intense downpours. There were insane mudslides in Shizuoka. And it caused, major flight disruptions and power outages across, western and eastern Japan, to be honest with you. The reason I'm mentioning this is because, as I mentioned, I've been through a few of these. Well, every year they appear. But honestly, when this came past our house, now we were on the outer edge of the radius, if you will. So we were largely unaffected, but still the winds they were howling through the houses in the neighborhood. You could hear things, bang, 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 bang. And honestly, I thought my house was going to go all Wizard of Oz. I really did. I thought I was going to be spinning in my bed, going, woo, and waking up somewhere else. It was a little scary, actually. I won't lie. The kids just slept through it absolutely fine. But I did wake up once or twice just because of all the ruckus going on outside. And then comes the next day, the aftermath. Now, every year in the aftermath of these typhoons, there's a sort of freshness to the air. Almost a sense of gratitude for being, unscathed or alive at the very least. And of course, that was there this year, or this time around, should I say. But I noticed something very different this time. There was a lot of destruction, which I haven't actually seen firsthand. And honestly, there were whole trees which had been uprooted. You know, they had been literally ripped from the ground by the wind. So their roots were all exposed and they had toppled over. There were signs just across the road, scattered across the road. There were outhouses and lean-tos just blown over here, there and everywhere. Branches had been blown down. And as I drove my youngest to school that morning, I surveyed, for use of a better word, surveyed this destruction. And honestly, I felt lucky. For us, there was no real damage done, and it was a real sense of relief. And then on the way home, I witnessed all the construction crews sort of repairing any damage, tidying up any litter, any debris, if you will. Now, where I live, we were hit pretty mildly compared to other parts of the country. And that, again, very lucky. And you know, as I've mentioned before, coming from the UK, we don't really have anything like this. We do get some very strong storms, but this was something else. And, you know, it just puts things in a perspective a little bit. So, yeah, be thankful for what you've got when you've got it. And, of course, you know, remember, English doesn't have to be difficult. Stay safe out there, guys.